Good morning, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to What's New Wednesday on this Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. How are you doing today? Hope things are going really well wherever you are. Who do I have joining me today? It looks like Barbara from hazy northern Illinois, Gayla from the central coast of California, and Cindy from New Mexico. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Dawn from Wisconsin, and another Cindy from Nashville, Tennessee. She says spring has sprung. Oh, I bet that feels good. Hi, Joyce from Las Vegas, and Cindy from Michigan. Good morning, Kay from Oklahoma, Sue from Florida, Rose from San Antonio, Lisa from Colorado, Debbie from Sacramento, and the list goes on. All right, everyone. Well, welcome to What's New Wednesday today. We have some fun things to talk about today. Of course, what's new, right? We've got that. Of course, we've got a new month going on here. I can't believe we're in March, but new month means new portion of the Mistletoe Mystery. So we'll talk about that here briefly. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Well, I thought it would be fun to share some tips and ideas for piecing in the hoop, and I'm actually going to piece something in the hoop as we go along today. Wish me luck, because you never know what happens live, right? As well as answering one of the many questions I often see on Facebook, and that is, how do you choose fabrics? What are some tips and ideas for choosing fabrics for my projects, and in particular for the Perfectly Pieced subscription? What would my suggestions be? I've got a few of those for you today. So thanks for joining me. I hope it is fun and informative, and that you might just learn something new along the way as well. So because I'm going to stitch this block with you in real time, I thought, you know what, we better get started right from the beginning. So I'm going to show you what block I want to stitch, and I'm also going to show you what fabrics I'm using, and then we'll kind of stitch this along the way today as I still talk to you about all the other things going on at Kimberbell. Sound good? Sound like a plan? Cross your fingers it works. Okay, so I was totally inspired by this month's Perfectly Pieced block. Let me show you what it looks like here. If you're not part of Perfectly Pieced, oh my goodness, you guys, you're going to want to be part of this month. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Can we just all take a look at this darling strawberry Perfectly Pieced block basket? Wow. Okay, is that stinking cute or what? Okay, we're going to be talking about that here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you kind of the inspiration, what got me thinking, ooh, I want to do that, and I want to do that in all kinds of fabrics. And then that got the ball rolling as to, hey, this might be a good time to learn some tips on piecing in the hoop as well as choosing fabrics, right? So that is my inspiration. And that is the block, the basket block that I'm going to stitch out right along with you today. And I'm literally starting from scratch. So you know that if I can get this done and talk and chew gum at the same time today, you can too. So here you can see I've just hooped some cutaway stabilizer, some light mesh cutaway stabilizer. And the fabrics I'm going to use today, are you ready for this? You've seen it done with the strawberries. Here it is in person too. So, perfect for spring, summer, just because you like strawberries like I do. But what if you could mix it up with a bunch of different fabrics, which I'll show you here towards the end of the show. But what I decided to do for today's demo, look at this fabric. I am going to do a patriotic basket today. So using this as my basket and this one as my background, I'm going to show you how I'm piecing this. All right. So that you too can go, really? It's that simple? Okay, I'm going to try it. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to get my machine started, and I'll talk really loud too so that you can hear it over the machine. But of course, it comes with the wonderful step-by-step instructions. And I know that the very first step is going to have me stitching a line to place my batting. Okay, so I also did this in, you can use any color thread. I did black so that you can see it better, but let's get started with this. Okay, all right. How many of you are subscribed to Perfectly Piece, and maybe you've already started your strawberry block? It's so darn cute. So while that's stitching out that placement line, let's go ahead and talk about some new background quilting that is new this week at Kimberbell. So it's 2 new designs, of course, and one is an all over clear blue tile design and one is a block by block design. Are you ready for it? They're so cute. And you just heard my machine say, I'm done, I'm done. I'm going to just lay my batting over on top of the square that just stitched out and let that do a tack down of the batting. Okay, let's talk about those background quilting designs this week. Here we go. Okay, the first one is called Loops 7. What I love about these designs this week is that they are both just kind of they're your go-to for like any type of background quilting. You know what I mean? Like any kind of theme, subject, time of year, whatever. These are versatile. They're the ones that you'll go to over and over again because you want like texture in the background. And so this Loop 7 does it for me. I think that is so darling. It's got, yeah, definitely a more dainty, loopy look to it, and it would be perfect for anything. So that's the first one that is brand new. The second one that is brand new is this one, and it is a block by block design. This one is called Knot, K-N-O-T, Knot 1. And look at that. It truly looks like you tied some knots with some, like you're a Boy Scout. You're tying some knots with some rope, right? I think that is fantastic. Again, for a great background, adds a lot of texture, adds dimension, and it's brand new. Now, of course, you know that if it's on I'm going to just turn this around right now. If it's on a blue background, then it's going to be perfect for all over quilting, and it's going to be perfect for using your clear blue tiles. If it's on the orange background, like you saw with the Knot one, K-N-O-T, it's perfect for the block by block method only. So anyway, kind of fun. What would you do? Let me know in the comments. What kinds of things come to your mind when you see those 2 designs? Anything in particular? I'd love to know. All right, all I did was trim away my batting. The next step is going to do a placement line outside of this, about 1/4 of an inch, so that I can start placing my fabric piecing template. Okay, so let's do that. Or actually, no, right now it's going to stitch the piecing template for me, which looks like this right here. This is what it's going to stitch out, so I know where to place my fabrics. Okay, so let's do that. All right, let's take a look at the comments, see what you guys are saying. Linda says that to her, she thinks about a tile floor. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, Anita says the knot would be great on some type of like Irish themed project. Yep, very Celtic looking. Absolutely. Lots of people feeling that way. Yes, definitely. That would be a fun one, of course, this time of the year as you're making your St. Patrick's Day, table runners and different things. That would be really, really cute, wouldn't it? Okay, I love it. Love it, love it. Oh, you're absolutely right. Where did you go? Gail says Loop 7 she would use on a nautical quilt. I didn't think of that. But you're absolutely right, Gail. That would be perfect for that, right? Yeah, Cindy saying St. Patrick's Day pillow with the Celtic knots. Yep, I totally agree with that. All right, so there you go. It's always fun to see what they come up with, isn't it? And this week did not disappoint, that's for sure. Renelle says loops give me a patriotic vibe and the knots give me a Celtic feel. I love that. Yeah, totally agree with that. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, the Mistletoe Mystery for March is now available. And so you guys have been having fun with that. And it's just, it really is such a pleasure, a joy, an excitement for me every time I open up the Facebook page, Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell, and I see that you guys are already done with March's block. And hello, we're 4 days in. Okay. So bravo to you guys for doing that. I thought that would be fun to share for Sew and Tell today, because I hope you get inspired by it. I hope it gets you giddy to get going on it. And also, if you have not signed up for it, that you go, ooh, I think this could be my quilt. I want to do it. And you find a shop who is hosting digital dealer exclusives with the Mistletoe Mystery. All right, so I'm going to show you those here in just a moment, but I want to first show you the template that's stitched out. It's like putting together a puzzle. It's so fun. So right now, the template pieces would be numbered, so I know what order to place them. How do I know the numbers? It shows me right here. Okay, the first piece I'm going to do number 1, number 2, and so forth. Okay, so the first number 1 piece, I'm going to place this white fabric with the right side facing up, and I'm covering up the entire section 1. So I'm going to place that on there so it just covers up the whole thing. You don't see it. And then what's going to happen is it's going to stitch a line so that I know where to place my next fabric. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, so let's take a look at what you guys have been making with the Mistletoe Mystery March block. If you haven't seen it yet, it is so darling. It is, they're candles. So I'm really excited to share that with you today. Here we go. Let's take a look at what people are saying. Diane, she says she's having so much fun with the Mistletoe Mystery. In addition to finishing the March block, she used the previous designs to make a couple of cute bowl fillers. She says it's hard to see in the picture, but the Christmas tree is dotted with hot fix crystals. Diane, as always, love your stuff. And that is super cute. So way to go on that. Love it. And you can see the little candles on this side, of course, the tree and the ornament up there. There we go. Really cute bowl filler. So I love, Diane, that you're using it in more than one way. You're using it for the quilt itself, but then you're stitching out more blocks for little pillows. Could not be any cuter. Okay, this one comes from Debbie, and she says that she's up to date on her Mistletoe Mystery, and she's showing off the quilting blocks too, which I absolutely love when I can see the quilting on there. Just really cute stuff. So as you can see, we're mixing in some of those filler blocks over the year, and I know a lot of you are very happy about that. Let's take a closer look at Debbie's blocks here, the candle blocks. Is that cute or what? Don't you love the texture in there? You can see that the candle wax, so to speak, is actually vinyl that is stitched down. So it looks, you know, like it's melting wax, right? And then you've got felt for the holly leaves, and you've got mylar underneath that, that candle there to give it a little bit of sparkle and shine. Kind of fun. Okay, this one comes from Sandy. She says she got hers done. She loves the jelly vinyl. Yep, it makes it so cute. She says it makes it look really waxy. You're absolutely right. Let's take a closer look, Sandy, at yours. Yep, sure does. It looks so darling. And I love the stitching that our digitizers provided on the stripes of the candle. Really cute stuff, right? Okay, this one comes from Kathy. And what I loved about this is that she actually used metallic thread. She says she's going to try to use it as much as possible where she can. And I don't blame you at all, Kathy, because let's take a closer look at that metallic thread on there. Doesn't that look good? Oh yeah, looks so good. So good. All right. And finally, this one comes from Sandra. She says that she got done with the March blocks and she made it that afternoon after traveling to see her grandkids. What I also loved, of course, Sandra, is that you did some punch needle with your granddaughter. And how cute is that? She's only 6. Wow. That's amazing. And I'm sure she loved having grandma right by her side doing that punch needle. So way to go, Sandra. I also loved that you showed the beads that will go on to that. That's also part of the embellishment kit. And those white beads down at the bottom, those little white berries, are all part of it that you'll add at the very end. But I love how you showed it in that picture too. So anyway, what do you think about that candle block? Is that so cute or what? I'm really, really excited about it. If you are doing the Mistletoe Mystery, let us know in the comments what you're thinking about it, how you're feeling about it, if you're caught up, if you're, someone who's going, oh, I wasn't so sure, but now I want to do it. Let us know in the comments. I want to hear about your experience. All right. Let's go back to this for just a moment. What I ended up doing is I pieced, so you can see I have the white block here that covered piece 1. This is section 2. So I placed that and I flipped it over. I'll show you that exact step here in just a moment as we go through this. But at this point, what happens is that it stitches this, what we call the tack down line. And you've got this extra fabric just hanging off the edge over here. I'm just going to take my little scissors and trim off that extra edge because that's where I know where to place my next piece of fabric, which is fabric 3. All right. So let me show you what that's going to look like. See how I just trimmed that up right there? Fabric 3 is another portion of the basket. There we go. Right here. I'm just going to do the whole basket, the same fabric. Okay. So I'm going to place that with the fabric with the right side of the fabric facing down, because it's kind of like, if you were sewing blocks together, you would say, okay, so right sides together. Well, right sides together. We've got that facing down. I'm just centering it right along that stitch line that I had just cut next to. And now it's going to, there we go. Now the machine is going to do a perfect 1/4 inch right down along that seam line. Then I'll flip it over. All right. So that is what I'm doing next. There we go. All right. Making sure everything's in place. And we're good. Okay. So Susanna, she says, let's see. I'm loving the Mistletoe Mystery Quill, all caught up except for March, but it's only the 4th. Absolutely, Susanna. Absolutely. You've got plenty of time. I love it. And I'm glad you're enjoying that experience with it. Molly, I love this. She said, experiencing so many new and fun materials in the blocks. Thank you, Kimberbell. You're welcome, Molly. I'm so glad that you recognized like the fun new ways to use different materials in these blocks, like the jelly vinyl and such. It's so fun. Okay, let me just go to this next step real quick. There we go. I stitched it and I flipped it. And now let's go to the next spot in here. All right. Okay. Oh, Aussie Lady said, let's see. What did you say? I'm excited about starting the baskets. It's a beautiful block and making it in patriotic is awesome. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. We'll see. Okay. Hold up. We got to keep this ball rolling over here because we've got to piece it and quilt it. So here we go. What had happened is I had stitched that block. I flipped it. Now it's going to do the other side of the basket handle. So here's the line it just stitched. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim off this extra. Then I'll take piece number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, lay it down right up against that line, right sides together, stitch it. It's going to stitch the perfect 1/4 inch. Yes. And then I'll flip it. Okay, so let me trim that up and then we'll go to the next step. Can you see how quickly this is coming together? Super fast, right? Okay, put that back on my machine. Put down piece number 4. I will say that you don't have, like, right now I've been taking it off and on and off and on so I could show you. But in reality, a lot of times you can just keep it right there on the bed of the machine and, you know, take your little scissors and trim it up and you would be just fine. Okay. I'm just showing you kind of the long way of doing this. Okay. So I'm going to place that fabric down. And we're going to stitch the perfect 1/4 inch. All right. Okay, so I'm very excited about Mistletoe Mystery. Again, if you have not signed up yet, it's never too late. We will put a link here in the notes so that you can click on it. It'll take you to a shop locator of all the shops who are either doing it in person or virtually, and you can sign up from them and they can get you caught up. And you guys were only 3 months into this and they're just really simple, easy blocks. So you would be caught up in no time at all. All right. Okay, you know what happens? See, this is what happens when you're live. My thread came out. Let's do that step again. No big deal. NBD. Okay, let me try that again. I'm going to back my machine up 1 step. There we go. And we're going to try this again. You know, okay. Okay, let's talk what is next. We've got some deals of the week going on. And again, we're just going to briefly mention a couple of them that caught my eye because every Monday, Cassie does an amazing job showing you what those deals are. But before we do, we got to keep this rolling. Here's what happens when it stitches that perfect 1/4 inch. Look at that. Now I'm just going to flip it over. But you know what my tip is here? Have you guys ever seen a fabric folding pin from Clover? This is awesome. And man, piecing in the hoop is like slick with this fabric folding pin. You can find them at your local quilt shop or favorite shop online. But all I do, instead of like ironing it every time, I just take this, what they call the fabric folding pin. I run it right across that seam line. Here, let me run it this way. Yeah. And it lets out this little bit of like a kind of a liquid starch type stuff. And then I can fold it over and just give it a little gentle press with my fingers and voila, it'll stay in place. Pretty cool, right? So love that tip. All right. The next thing that's going to happen is it's going to stitch all this, tack it down so the fabrics don't move, and it will tell me where to place my next piece of fabric. So hold up. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Dawn says she just joined the mystery last month, and she's really she's ready to get caught up. So yeah, not a problem to get caught up. Ooh, guys, I'm taking this big piece for the major portion of the basket. I can't wait to see it. Ooh, so excited. Hold on. Let's put that there. All right. Okay. Yeah, lots of you. Sarah says she loves the fabric folding pin. Aussie lady, it's by Clover. The company's Clover, and it's called the fabric folding pin. And it is a game changer when piecing in the hoop, because otherwise you don't get very flat seams. And so this gives you the flattest seam without ever having to take an iron to it, which I love, especially when it's done in the hoop. So fantastic product. Can't say enough. Okay. I just got to show you how cute this is turning out. So this is, again, right sides together. I had placed it there along that line. I'm going to take my fabric folding pin. Let's just do it right here. And then fold it down. Give it a little press. Huh? It's starting to look a little bit more like a basket, right? We shall see. You guys, this is my first one, my first basket block I've done. I was thinking about, like, you know, I better practice with this, but then I thought, why? I know it's going to be easy. Let's just do it all together at once, right? Okay, so deals of the week. The only ones I wanted to just mention real quickly is that we've got the Lucky Us pillow, and this is so fun. Of course, we made it into a pillow. You can make it into a wall hanging, whatever. But look how cute. Lucky Us, we have each other. Oh, so cute, right? And look at the fun little gold glitter and leather coins, and you got the fun little hats with a little dimensional lace flower that you actually make on your embroidery machine as well. I just love it. We got a vinyl vase of little clovers and flowers right there. This would be so cute with this month's applique of the month, which I think I still have right here. I do from last week. I never took it back. Okay, there we go. There's that. How darling are those two together, right? And you could get that at a really great deal right now on Deal of the Week. The other thing you can get to help finish off that Lucky Us pillow, here's the Lucky Us pillow, is the background quilting designs, I believe, are also on sale. I think so, yeah. And then here's the designs that come in that. Look at that border. Don't you love the rainbow border over here? And then, of course, you've got the hats and the gold coins and such, the clovers over here. So cute. So that's on Deal of the Week. Also on Deal of the Week, I thought, oh man, I got to let you guys know this. They have now put all the little mini quilts, the little tiny mini quilts that are part of Home Sewn, their original versions for the rest of the year, well, or at least for the next few months. Okay, for the next few months are on sale. This is cool. So you saw Life is Better in Full Bloom. That's on sale, and they're all like, I don't know, around 50% off, if not more. Here is Vintage Boardwalk. That one comes out this summer in that mini quilt. Here we've got Spring Showers. This one is not in the mini version, but if you wanted to replace, you wanted to put a patriotic quilt up for July, you could do that with that one. This one, of course, is Hello Sunshine. Holy cow. That's a blast from the past. So anyway, all those are available this week, Deal of the Week. Check them out. My goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just going to trim this up so I can place my next fabric down. And then we shall continue. Guys, this is starting to take shape. And it really looks like a basket. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm on piece number 6. I'm going to place that down. It's a white piece. It's a background piece. So let's do that. And here, I'll just show you where I'm placing that. Just so, again, you get a visual. I cut it right here. I'm placing this right side down. Do you see how fast this is? Is anyone new to piecing in the hoop? I know a lot of you have pieced in the hoop, but if you're new to piecing in the hoop and you've never seen this done, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. Okay. All right. What else do we have to talk about today? It looks like, okay. Lunch and Learn, we're into our 3rd week, which is tomorrow. So, of course, last week I did a kind of a decorating theme idea with our friend Jenny, and we had so much fun with that. And so if you're looking at doing Home Sewn and you're wondering like, oh, how should I decorate with this? Jenny and I gave you some ideas. Of course, we also saw Robert make some more progress on his Home Sewn in the background. He was doing another block or two. So anyway, it's all coming together, and tomorrow we're going to be doing it again. So if you didn't catch last week's, this is some screenshots of Jenny and I talking about some decorating ideas. You might remember I basically brought my whole house and except the kitchen sink, right? Is that how that goes? In that bucket to bring out some decorating ideas. And we just had some fun with that. So I would encourage you to watch tomorrow's episode where I'm actually going to do a couple things. The first part of it, I'm going to have Cassidy not to be confused with Cassie. That's the next week. But Cassidy is the product manager over the Home Sewn collection. So it's going to be fun to like interview her, get a little bit more insight on this. But also, we're going to show you the entire rest of the year of Home Sewn. I'm very, very excited. So we will show you that. And then I'm going to have Robert actually join me on the set halfway through because he's been stitching the rest of his tile scenes and he's ready now to put them all together. So I'm going to give him some tips and ideas for how to sew those tiles together. We do have another video tutorial on that, but I think sometimes it also helps to see it in real time and answer like any questions you may have too along the way. So he's going to start putting his tiling scene together on air for you at the same time. And then of course, you know, we're going to do some more giveaways and just have some fun. So join us tomorrow for Lunch and Learn because that's going to be at 12 noon Mountain Time. Okay. Think about where that is in your neck of the woods. But Mountain Time, that's when we'll do it. And I'm just really excited. It'll be fun to get another little snippet insight into it. And also, of course, help answer any questions you have. So there you go. All right. I'm just going to trim this up real quick. You guys, we're almost done with this. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Hold up. Let's see where this is at so far. All right. Let me go to the next step here, which is piece number 8. Piece number 8 I'm going to put on. Okay. So let's take a look at it so far. Here, see, it's still looking a little wonky, but piece number 8 is going to help round this out, shape it up. So I'm going to place that right along that straight edge. I mean, there's no guessing on this, guys. You lay it, stitch it, flip it, you're done, kind of thing. So I'm going to lay this piece next. It's going to stitch that perfect 4-inch. I'm going to flip it, and then we're like literally almost done. We've got maybe 3 or 4 pieces left. So cool. Okay. What you saying? What you saying? What you saying? Let's take a look. Teresa, she needs help with sewing her tiles together. Teresa, join me tomorrow because I think that will definitely help you out. I promise. My goal tomorrow is to make you feel like you absolutely can do this because you can. You absolutely can do this, and we will help, answer any questions you have along the way. All right. Okay. Yeah, our team says if Robert can do it, so can you. We believe in you. Hey, team, I'm going to show that to Robert, and you know what? He would agree. He would agree with you. If he can do it, anybody can. And it's just been fun to see how much fun he's had with it. And I think his wife is especially appreciative of the challenge because now he can decorate his home with it for sure. So anyway, join us tomorrow. We'll get all your questions answered. I promise you that. Okay, let me put on the next one before we move on. I hope this is, maybe somewhat interesting to follow along with how this block comes together. I don't know. To me, it's fascinating. So anytime I can show you something really cool and fascinating, I'm going to do it. So there you go. And give you some tips along the way. All right. Next, the perfectly pieced strawberry basket. I'm going to show you once again some of these images. This is the brand new perfectly pieced. It's the subscription. And you know that this year's subscription is all digital, right? And so that means, you're going to get it instantly in your library, and you could start making this block today. And unlike in the past where we've had, guys, I just have 2 more pieces left, where we've actually had, hold on just a minute. Lost my train of thought here. Where we actually sent you fabrics. This year we decided to try something new. because, you know, we like to mix things up, right? We tried something new, and we are having you guys choose your own fabrics. And that's where sometimes, you know, we get a little nervous because you guys have liked our choices of fabrics. I'm so glad you have. But you know what's been really fun is to see what fabrics you guys are choosing. And a lot of times you can just dig into your fabric stash and get the fabrics that scream to you, that match your decorating sense and style. And so that's kind of the idea behind it, is we want to see what you guys are making and all be inspired by each other. Real quick here. So one of the last tack down lines, I'm going to trim off all this extra, lay down my last border piece and on top, and then do it the same thing on the bottom, and we are done. And then we'll quilt it with some really cute strawberry quilting, which I can't wait to show you that too. So that's kind of the idea behind Perfectly Pieced. Now you can still subscribe to it. It's not too late. You could subscribe today and get that today. Here's the good news though. You actually are never tied to this subscription. And you always know, I should say this, you always know before that next month is released, you know what the block looks like. So there's never a surprise. We're not going to like try to pull one over on you, right? We're going to show you what it's going to look like so that you can then decide that block is for you. You're like, okay, I like that basket block. I want to do that basket block. I'm going to keep my subscription, right? And I'm going to be able to do it. But if a particular block doesn't resonate with you, you might just say, you know what, I'm going to skip this month. And that's totally okay, right? So you have options with any of our subscriptions, and you will always know with all of our subscriptions, whether beforehand, whether it's for you or not. And if you want to skip, you can. And if you want to cancel it, you actually can too. I wouldn't suggest canceling. But if you wanted to skip, you absolutely have that prerogative, which is really, really nice. Okay. So this strawberry block, or this basket block, looks so cute just as is, as a basket block, right? So you could, let me show you this picture here. This is the project this month, by the way, and it's so cute, right? They used the 4-inch size block, I believe, on this. And you have options. So you could just do like a simple basket block, right? With nothing else in it. But they gave you additional like bonus files to add strawberries to the block if you wish. How cool is that? And you know me, I am a sucker for anything strawberry, right? So I love that they gave us options to do a strawberry, to not do a strawberry, to do quilting, to not do quilting, to do it in this format, or to even like make quilts. They give you all the formulas, they figured out the formulas. They give you all the materials list to make anything from like a crib size quilt all the way, gosh, I think even up to a king size quilt if you wanted to, right? So you've got options here, and it's just really fun. Again, this was the 4-inch block, but it comes in 4 different sizes. Let me see if I can find that here. Oh yeah, here we go. And background quilting is also included, guys. I'm telling you, it's just like this. The deal of the century is Perfectly Pieced. And even if you're like, again, I'm not sure about this block, think about it as a block that you might want to use in the future. You know, you might look at it and say, ooh, I could see pairing that up with some of my other, you know, Perfectly Pieced blocks, because they all are going to work so well together. So yeah, Perfectly Pieced is awesome. It's exactly what I'm showing you right now. It's exactly as easy as what I'm showing you right now. You can do it all. I'm on my last piece, guys. My last one. That's so cool, right? All right. So let me show you the sizes it comes in, and then I'll show you the quilting. Now, you get a 2, 4, 6, and 8-inch block. Look at the 2-inch, you guys. Are you kidding me? How stinking cute is that? Oh, I could picture like doing, a 4-patch of 2-inch blocks, 2.5-inch blocks. That is so darn cute. And it's so teeny and tiny, and anything teeny and tiny is just darling, right? So cute. So, and I cannot even imagine putting this together on my regular sewing machine and getting the perfect 1/4 inch. It's not going to happen. Okay. Now, you have the 2-inch block. This is the only size that does not include strawberries because, guys, strawberries on that block, it would just be so teeny tiny. Oh, we didn't do the strawberries on there. But all the other sizes, yes, they do have the option for strawberries. So you've got a 4-inch block, a 6-inch, and an 8-inch block. What I'm doing today, if anyone is curious, is the 6-inch block. Guys, I just finished. I can't believe this. I just finished. Okay, well, actually, I'm going to do one last tack down stitch. So everything's tacked down. All right, then I will be finished. And maybe I'll add the quilting right now, too. We'll see. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? The 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then the other thing that was so fun about this block is a picture that inspired me on the Bella's page. And it's from my friend Christy. She's awesome. Okay, love Christy. And she was so clever. Do you guys remember seeing the block where she did the piece block like an Easter basket? In this case, instead of the basket holding strawberries, she put Easter eggs in it. How many of you guys saw that? I saw that and went ding, 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 ding. Like my head exploded with ideas. Thank you, Christy, for coming up with that idea because it was so darn cute. Let me show you in case you missed it. This is what she did with her block. And then it got me thinking, imagine how many other types of themes you could put in the basket block. Look at that. She added a little something to her Easter decor. She says, with a slight edit, the basket block from this month's Perfectly Pieced was, dare I say, perfect. Yeah, look at that. The eggs are coming out of the block. And then she used just a little iron-on patch for these little tiny flowers and just ironed those on. But like flower buttons would be so cute. Maybe lace flowers that you've made in the hoop would be cute. But that is darling, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Christy, you inspired me. And I think you inspired a lot of people because that's when I really got to thinking, wait a minute, this basket block doesn't have to be just about strawberries, although I love the strawberries, right? And I'm probably going to do something just like this, okay? It could be filled with Easter eggs. It could be filled with all kinds of things because then my daughter and I were talking about this last night, my grown daughter, and she got excited and she's like, oh, Mom, you could like put, oh my gosh, she had all kinds of ideas. She was talking about like leaves and acorn buttons in the basket and make it more like fall. Or you can put together again like Easter baskets and put little bunnies and chicks and stuff in there. How cute would that be? Or maybe 4th of July, she's the one that gave me the idea to do a basket for 4th of July. And I'm thinking, how cute would it be to add some dimensional little flags coming out of the basket? Look, guys, I'm done. I mean, it obviously has to be trimmed, right? But I am done with this 4th of July block, basket block. At this point, I could add the strawberries here, but because I've got such a busy basket, I'm just going to let the basket speak for itself. I'm just letting the fabric do its thing, shining, 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 because these fabrics, you know, are more subtle, right? And so the strawberries really stick out. I think the strawberries would get lost in this, and I'm going to keep this total like 4th of July. So I'm going to stick like little flags in it, maybe some flag buttons, something, I don't know. Fireworks in a basket, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to put maybe just some red, white, and blue flowers in there. Maybe another idea she had was like, oh, Mom, how cute would it be to take some ribbon, and she's my daughter, right? And put that right at the top of the basket so you have like a nice long ribbon hanging down. Cindy, pinwheels. Pinwheels, yes. In fact, Cindy, now that you said that, you know what that just made me think? On America Land That We Love bench pillow, also maybe even on Red, White, and Bloom, which is on sale this week. I think there's some little tiny dimensional pinwheels on there that you make on your embroidery machine. I'm doing it. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for the idea. I'm doing it. Little pinwheels, be so darling. Okay, real quick, there is strawberry quilting that I could put on here right now. I'm trying to decide, do I do the strawberry quilting or do I wait and do quilting afterwards with some patriotic designs? Strawberry can be like summer and 4th of July and stuff, right? I mean, yeah, it could be. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just doing it because it's cute. And, you know, that did not take me long. If I don't like it, I'll make another one. But you know what? How can you not like strawberries? Strawberry quilting. Guys, the strawberry quilting is included in these downloads. In fact, let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to do it with a cream color so it doesn't take away from the baskets. I think. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to do it with so it blends in. But certainly, if you want it, you know what? You guys are all watching. We're going to do it a little darker because, you know, you're not going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to see the cream. Okay, I'm using gray. Why not? There's a little touch of gray in the basket fabric. You'll see the strawberries better and see how stinking cute they are. And why not? We're doing gray. Crazy, I know. Okay. So here we go. It's going to do its quilting, do its thing. Let me show you what the quilting looks like. Besides the piece blocks, you get the background quilting. And I have it somewhere here. Somewhere. Where did you go, quilting? Where did you go? Oh, here it is. Look at this exclusive quilting. Exclusive to you. You won't find this outside of this perfect. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. Look at that. So darling. So not only do you get the all over exclusive strawberry quilting, but you also get the specific quilting to that block. So you could put all these blocks together and then do kind of like an all over quilting design, which, hello, I would use this for all kinds of other projects, strawberry quilting. But you'll also get one that's specifically designed for this block. And look how cute that is. So it's going to give you some quilting lines for that basket, so it looks more like a basket. It's also going to give you this outer border strawberry, and that is what I'm stitching right now. That's super cute. That's really stinking cute. Let me show you. You can kind of see here what that quilting ends up looking like on the basket. That is stinking cute. Okay, not only do you get this all over quilting and you get this like block quilting that's specific to the block, you also get two borders, a 1 inch and a 2 inch, so that you could make this exact project if you wish. Okay, do you see the little flowers in the quilting there? So you get a 1 inch border, which is these cute little blossoms and strawberries. And you get the strawberry blossoms that is a 2 inch width border. I'm dying, guys. All of this. Okay, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. I want to say it's around, is it $22? Maybe it's less than that. Somebody tell me how much this is to get the 4 sizes of the, it's done. It's done. To get the 4 sizes of the pieced block and all of that exclusive background quilting, $19. I was wrong. $19. This is a no-brainer because background quilting alone is like $12, right? Yeah, it's like $12. And then you get a specific block and 2 borders, 1 inch and 2 inch. That's nuts. $19. Guys, if you just want to like try your hand at it, now Just do it because you're not tied to it. You could skip next month if you don't want next month. That's crazy, guys. And I'm finished. I am finished. And look how cute that quilting is. I'm glad I did it in gray so you could see that better. And it's cute. It is just too cute. Okay, now I'm like, okay, now what? I think I'm going to do maybe 3. Stay tuned. We'll see. But that was so much fun. I think I need to do like a row of these and either make like a little lumbar pillow, maybe like 3 of these baskets all in different colors, and then put like the ribbon on it or the pinwheels like you guys were saying. Flags, 4th of July, all the things. I'm loving it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial or so long or whatever, because it's super fun. And you gotta try it. You just gotta try it. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl, guys. Have fun with it. You'll get it today. Now, to end today, I'm going to tell you my tips. Guys, I like myself a good acronym. So anytime I can pull some ideas together and put it into an acronym and it actually works, I'm like, okay, well, that was serendipitous. Okay, let's do it. When choosing fabrics, I've come up with 4 tips. They just happen to spell tips. Are you ready for this? Okay. I should have gotten my clipboard out. You guys know me and a clipboard, man. Love it. In choosing fabrics, the T is going to stand for tonals. We'll talk about all these here in just a minute. Tonals. The I is going to stand for inspiration piece or inspiration fabric. You'll see how this all comes together here in just a minute. Okay. The P stands for patterns. And the S is going to stand for scale. When you go to pick out fabrics, think tips, okay? I want tonals, I need an inspiration fabric piece, I need patterns, and I need scale. Let's talk about a few examples, shall we? Okay. I'm going to take this out of order slightly. I'm going to go straight to the I, because sometimes the I, it is the easiest to start with. That is your inspiration piece. That is the piece that when you look at it, you go, oh my goodness, I have to have that fabric. It's so pretty. And usually it has a bunch of different colors in it. Okay. So I was looking through my fabric stash, guys. I don't even know who made this. Let's see if I can see the selvage here. Oh yeah. Okay. So this one is from AGF, and it's called Season of Tribute. Anyway, I don't even know how old it is, but I'm telling you, I'm in love with this fabric. Okay. Look at the pinks and the greens and like the mustards and the creams and all the things. And I'm thinking, oh, this would be so pretty for spring. Okay. So my inspiration piece is this. From there, that's when I go into the other portions of what I want included in this. So I'm going to take, for example, let's do pattern. Okay, for example, if I'm starting with this, do I want another big floral right next to it? No. Do I want another floral at all? Maybe, but that's where scale comes in, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. What I do want right now, P, is patterns. Okay. Yes, art gallery fabrics, Chris. Yes, thank you. I do want something like another little flower, maybe. Okay. How cute is that? Right there. Those look good together. It brings out the peach colors, right? But maybe I want like some stripes. Okay. This, when you talk pattern, you're thinking polka dots, plaids, stripes, text print, that kind of thing, all kinds of patterns. And if this only was all florals, it might work. I mean, anything can work. There's no right or wrong reason, no right or wrong way, I should say. But I'm telling you, it adds a lot of interest to have the different patterns. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about scale. Do I want all big flowers side by side? Probably not. But could I use another floral and just make sure it's a smaller scale? Absolutely. It still works, right? Maybe I want to bring out a little bit more of the mustard tones and bring in this little tiny print. That would look so cute. Okay. Maybe I want to do a tonal print, tone on tone, and something like this. Now, this is going to get a little crazy, you guys, but you know me, I'm a scrap happy person. So if this is too bright for you, you might be like, whoa, Kim, no, not for me. But I'm telling you, like, to me, I'm loving this. This is what I mean by tonal. This is a tone on tone print that just kind of reads kind of like a solid, but it has dimension, it has texture. So I'm pulling out the very deepest pinks in here to bring in this, okay? The other thing I like about this is that if everything was this, let me pull up all these peaches together. Again, would it work? Sure, it would work. But does it give it a lot of interest? Maybe, maybe more interest if I brought in, wait for it, you guys, oh my gosh. When I saw this, I went, whoa, okay, I'm just gonna put these side by side for a minute. Kind of, kind of ho-hum right now. Adding a little pink, a little darker pink in there adds a little something, but are you ready to be wowed? Look at this. Found a text print that was in that deeper green. Wow, that's a wow to me because that just pops, doesn't it? And now you're going to be like, if you were piecing blocks together, you do want contrast in your colors that you're choosing. And that green just made me go, wow, I'm loving that, right? And it's a text print. So always be thinking like tips, right? You've got your tonals, you've got your inspiration piece to start with. You've got your patterns. You're talking checks, dots, stripes, whatever. And then you've got, what was the S? Oh, scale. You've got your scale. You don't want everything all the same scale. You want small, medium, large, that kind of thing, okay? Now, let's take, for example, again, we're going back to this peach. Loving the peach. There's lots of peach in here, right? But what if I said, you know what? There's a lot of peach going on. Maybe I bring out one of the darker pinks that's in there. I swap this peach stripe out for this pink stripe. And now, ooh, look what's going on, my friends. We got some green going on. You've got kind of your golden mustard brownish color, mud looking color that I love right there. And I'm pulling it out. I've got some cream flowers to pull out some creams. That's how you start blending things together. This did not come from the same fabric line, okay? I like, I like to go rogue, right? I call it line jumping. Sure, you can buy one line of fabric and everything's going to coordinate. As someone who's designed fabric, you always make sure you've got the tonals and you got the patterns and you got the scale, right? And you got your focal piece, your main inspiration piece. But how fun is it to then go, ooh, but I've got a little bit of this. I got a little bit of Kimberbell here. I got a little bit of art gallery here. I've got a little bit of, whoever here. That makes it a lot more fun to play with, right? Let's look at another example real quick. If I wanted to do Easter baskets, at first I might tell myself, oh, I'm going to go all pastel and I'm going to go this light blue. These are all Kimberbell fabrics. I love them. But if I'm doing, say, 3 Easter baskets and I do a light blue out of that pattern, a purple out of that pattern, a pink out of that pattern, and a peach out of that pattern, it works. Sure, nothing would be wrong with it. But what if I was like, oh, I'm going to use the pink and then I'm going to bring in a peach that's not the same print. I'm going to be thinking patterns, right? I want a stripe. So I'm going to bring that in. And now I'm going to bring in something else. You see where I'm going with this, right? Think pattern, scale, inspiration, tonals. Let me show you another one just real quick that I was dying last night. When I was again, my daughter was here and we were going through my fabric stash and I went, oh, this screams my name for fall, right? So it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning, right? You've got the mustards, you've got the burnt oranges, you've got some green, you've got some plums. This would be obviously my inspiration piece, right? From there, that's when I pull out tonals. Look at this tonal. Love it. Ooh, yum-o, right? And then I pick out pattern. Okay, look, I'm bringing out the burnt orange here. And it's just a simple pattern. Boom. And then I can do scale again. I could pull in, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just pull in this again over here because I think that still works. So this is where you have fun also with different textiles, different texture. What if I had some micro velvet in my stash, guys, this deep orange. Now you have a different texture on your project. And that can look really cool too. So this would be so cute for fall, right? And you could put, again, little leaves, acorns, something in the basket or nothing at all, right? What if I have all these colors and it's just a lot going on? I need something to kind of settle it down. My eyes need a rest. That's when I would pull in maybe another tonal, another tone on tone. And I brought out the cream to work with the cream that's in this focal print, okay, this inspiration piece. See where I'm going with this? Now, one more little tip with combining fabrics, and then we're going to have our giveaway. But this is also a Kimberbell fabric. Did you know that when you buy, when you go to the quilt store and you're trying to, you're buying fabric off the bolt, have you ever noticed the selvages right there? Did you know that the selvage pulls out like those little flowers on the selvage? A lot of times they're just dots or whatever, but we did florals on this one selvage. That is every color that is used in this design. So you could take it around the fabric store and just pull out those colors from the selvage and you would be good. Again, but think texture, think patterns, think tonals. Would you want every piece this exact same scale? No way. I would want a bigger floral probably with this as well. And then I would pull in some pink stripes, maybe some yellow polka dots, something like that. All right. So hopefully that helps. That's my little mini lesson for today. And I say have fun. There's no right or wrong, like I said before. And this is where you play, my friends. You just have fun and play with fabric. This is where you pet the fabric, you smell the fabric, you are inspired by the fabric, right? Have fun with it. What I would suggest, if you don't have a fabric stash, go to your local quilt shop, go to their fat quarter section, pick out that inspiration piece first, then take it around and get some other fat quarters, pull them together. I'm telling you, it'll be so, so cute. It'll be fun. So when you look at something like this and you go, gosh, I wish I had that exact fabric, think again and go, you know what? It's okay that I don't have that exact fabric. I'm going to go through my stash. I might have a strawberry type of fabric in my stash. I might find a new strawberry one at the quilt shop. And then you just go off from there. You just have some fun playing around with fabric. All right. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and close up today's episode of What's New Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed that, learned something new. I wanted to mention real quick something. What was it? Of course, join us tomorrow for Lunch and Learn. But that we have a giveaway. So I want to know what would you put, either or of these questions or both. What theme of basket would you do? Okay, are you thinking 4th of July is going to be screaming your name and you're saying, I got to do 4th of July. We've got America's 250th birthday. I'm going to do 4th of July, right? Or maybe you're thinking, okay, Easter's around the corner. It'd be so cute to do some Easter baskets, pastels, that kind of thing. Maybe you just want something, for summer and you do like just a very fun summer vibe with strawberries in it. Whatever you're going to do, I want to hear what theme would you go with your baskets, and or both, like I said. What would you put in your basket? For me, based on Cindy's comment, I'm going to put some little pinwheels. I think I've got some already made, even from one of those patterns. It was either red, white, and bloom, which like I said, I think that's on sale this week. It's part of the sale. So that would be awesome to do those in the hoop dimensional pinwheels. I might do some flowers. I don't know. I want to know, what would you put in your basket and what theme would it be? Okay, let me know. Yeah, Susan's saying her theme would be autumn. I know, mine too. I'm really excited to try that. Like I said, when my daughter and I were going through my fabrics, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Now I want to do all the baskets and all the seasons. Come on. Right? All right. Nico says she would do something about Easter. You just flew by, and she would put bunnies in it. That would be so cute. Yeah. Someone, a basket for the beach, and put like little seashells on that. That would be cute. Yeah. A Christmas basket would be so darling. A baby basket. My gosh, I love it. Oh, one with mixed fruits. Yes. One with chocolate bunnies, flowers. Maybe just leave it blank, Gail says. That's awesome. You guys are flying through fast. I'd love to know. Let me know. Let's inspire each other. 2 people are going to win. Are you ready for this? You're going to win a Kimberbell needle minder, like it's 2.5 inches size needle minder. So fun. And we're going to give you this padded scissor case, guys. Have you seen this? I'm going to open this real quick. Whoever gets it, I'll sign it. No, I won't sign it. Here you go. This is the scissor case. It's padded. It matches the tote we have at Kimberbell. But your tools can go right in here in these slots. And then it has this padded insert zipper pouch that like you could put your blades in and different things in there. And then it's got another on this side, another place for all your tools, rotary cutters, scissors, you name it. 2 people are going to win the scissor case and the needle minder just for making a comment here on YouTube or Facebook. All right, everyone. If you love today's episode, would you mind giving us a thumbs up over on YouTube or Facebook? You know, just that simple little thing, a thumbs up, really helps us out. So I really appreciate you doing that. Join me tomorrow, of course, with Cassidy and Robert as we finish up the home sewn stuff. And then the week after that, we'll do one more home sewn, but this time with Cassie. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, of course. And we just want you to be part of all of it. That's what we do. We love what we're doing, right? And we love all you guys. So appreciate all your support. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow at noon Mountain Time. Until then, keep doing what you love and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye, my friends.